Greetings, sports fans. Long time no see. Boy, I'm in a terrible mood right now, and it's going to get a lot worse. So fasten your seatbelt, kids. It's PSA return time. I've got a 99 card order. And I have a very annoying little cough, that's I don't know. I think asthma related. So I'm hoping I can survive this. But I got a 99 card order back from PSA today, and it's a modern card order, so it's not ultra modern, which is like 2018 and newer. It's 2017 and older, excluding vintage, which starts in, I don't know, like 1980 or something. But yeah, I don't know, a lot of this stuff is kind of trash. It's a lot of base cards that frankly have tanked in value, which makes me, not very happy. But it is what it is. I would also say that PSA is much harder on these slightly older cards than they are on ultra modern stuff, and that's bound to lead to some disappointment here with the grades. I'm not sure if I'm going to chew gum, because I'm not sure if that's going to increase or decrease my coughing issues, but what I am going to do is bring the little audio input device here close to me so I can turn the volume off or down in case I need to cough. I guess we'll try some gum. I do have some water too. So yeah, I'm pretty pessimistic. I'm pretty much ready to get rocked on this order based on what I know. I'm not sure out of every PSA order I get, that I haven't seen the cards in for a year or a year and a half. I'm sort of vaguely familiar with what's in the order, but not really. But that's part of the fun, is kind of remembering cards you once had and sent off to PSA. So anyways, without further ado, this is a 2017 Bowman Draft Chrome. Nate Pearson, he's one of the best pitchers, or at least has been one of the best pitching prospects in the game for the Blue Jays. Nice start. PSA 10, but look at that. Jose can take him home. As I mentioned, the value of base card PSA 10s has gone down really significantly. Once upon a time, when I sent these in, base card PSA 10s of any decent prospect were going to get you probably $40, $50, $60. Even the pitching prospects were decent. Right now, I don't really know that this is worth more than the price of grading, which, let me just make sure I know what that is. Look at my sheet here. So $12 a card is what you pay for grading this type of card, the modern card, as opposed to the ultra moderns, which are $15 when I sent this in. There comes the air conditioning. Alright, so this is an 86 Donruss Jose Canseco. Very tough to grade. I'm sure it's going to be like a 6 or a 7. Even though it really should be like a 9. Well, I guess maybe it'll be an 8. I don't know. I think they're going to give me a 7. It's kind of a Hail Mary. I sent it in. Yeah, 7. They're just ridiculously tough. This card is perfectly centered, and it's packed fresh. I feel like they put that dent, that little corner imperfection in there. That was not in there when this went. But thanks for nothing. PSA. Well, Here's Jimmy Butler. Had himself a nice little postseason, so this would have been a nice card if he had gotten a little further, but ultimately his team got knocked out. But this is a 2012 marquee, just base rookie, PSA 9. 10 would have been definitely a lot better, but not horrible. It's a thick card, so it's in one of these thick holders that PSA does. Alright, now we got much larger stacks coming. Okay. There's an 87 Fleer Bo Jackson. So Bo Jackson stuff gets a pretty decent amount of attention, and I had a few 87 Fleer cards that were, I thought, in pretty nice condition, but I know they're just going to get rocked because that's just what PSA does. But I think I have a Barry Bonds in here somewhere too, but thought I'd throw the bow in. Yeah, this is ridiculous. I mean, this is absolutely absurd. PSA 7. I mean, first of all, this is worthless now. I mean, let me see if I can, I can break this. That's what I think of PSA. So, I'm sorry for you Bo Jackson fans. That probably is sacrilege, but I had to make a political statement against PSA and their shitty grading services. But now you'd see what kind of mood I'm in right now. I'll probably have to lower the sound on that. I don't know. I think that was pretty loud. So yeah, I mean, I'll probably be doing that again here in short order. So Magic Johnson 92 Ultra. This, interestingly, is a card that I think I had around like in my collection since I was a kid collecting in 1992, and I don't know, I dug it up and I was like, oh, what the hell, right? The Shaquille stuff was kind of much more valuable when I sent this in. Now everything's really down about 50% from what its highs, including Shaq stuff. So yeah, PSA 7. So absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. Christian Yelich, what is he doing this year? I feel like I've heard some decent things about, like he's had moments of looking like his former self, but I feel like that was earlier in the season I heard that. So I'm not sure what he's up to now for the Brewers. I know there's a number of Milwaukee fans. So y'all will have to let me know. So yeah, PSA 9. This I can see is off center, left or right. So PSA 9 is probably fair grade for this one. Now you're gonna see some rockage because they really protect the registry against anybody having high grades on these cards. I mean, they basically do not give out good grades on any 89 Fleers, 90 Fleers, 91 Fleers. That's why a 90 Fleer PSA 10 Jordan, which is like a $3 card in raw form. If that's a PSA 10, those are like $300 plus. Not because honestly it's hard to find really nice copies. It's because PSA, that's what they do. They want to protect the sanctity of the ones that have been great PSA 10, so they give everything an 8 or lower. I mean, it's well known. There's actually some interesting analytics that like this guy did once on a YouTube video that I saw, where he sort of looked at the frequency with which PSA 10s were granted for specific cards over different periods of time, like looking at data from PSA, and you see, at some point of cards being submitted, especially cards from the 80s, they just shut down the 10s. They just don't let any. And so, I'm an idiot for sending this stuff. Yeah, so 7. So this is another one. Okay, I'm not gonna break it. Yeah, these are all gonna be 7s. Okay, well, I'll get a 9 bird, but really you have to have a 10 on these old cards or they're just worthless. So these 9s are pretty much, I'd guess these 9s are worth the price of the grading, so I might get $12 for, like, you know, this card or this card, but that's pushing it. That's pushing it. It's more like going to be $8. So, yeah, I really am ready to punch a wall right now on this order. What can you say? This is a really pretty old Ricky Anderson I had. It looked nice enough, so I don't know. This is probably fair grade for that card. I had a number of rookies. I had like some Dave Winfield rookies, and I have some Ozzy Smith rookies. And honestly, they're not in great shape, so they're probably going to get 5s and 6s. Well, okay, 7. So this is not bad. Not a bad Ozzy Smith rookie card. That actually might make up for some of the stuff we're going to see elsewhere in this order. This is a 9. This is a pretty decent card. I've got, at one point, a PSA 10 of this card was like $1,000, and I actually had one come back from PSA, and I sold it for, you know, pretty much like the high of $1,000. Maybe it was 900, you know, back in like 2020 or 2021, and yeah. I think at that point I had a few more of these laying around. I was like, oh, I should send those in just in case I get a 10. So a 9's not terrible, but, you know, again, this card is probably worth a third or a fourth of what it was at its peak. And, you know, he's injured right now, so his stuff is deflated even more than probably other, you know, of the top young players like Soto and Acuna. And so, I don't know, 9's not bad, but I did happen to sneak a peek at a grade on another one of these in this order, and that one got rocked, so that might be a submission for breaking and ripping up. I had some older basketball cards, and they looked pretty good, so sent them in, not bad. This is a relatively late Walt Frazier card, 78. But a 7 is not bad. That's probably, for anything that's like 1983 or older, a 7 is probably like your average grade if you think it looks pretty clean. Alright, Canseco, so I think I got a 7 on that first one, which was absurd. I thought, man, yeah, they're standing those 7s like they're, you know, Tootsie Rolls on Halloween, just absolute trash. So here's 87 Bonds. By the way, if negative energy is going to bring you down, you should just shut this video off right now, because this is going to be all sorts of negative, this video. Yeah, just garbage, absolute garbage. 7. I kind of just sent this one in because Marcus Allen was my favorite player when I was younger, and I kind of just wanted to grade it, so yeah, corners are a little soft on this one, but boy, they are just hammering these old cards. I had a Dickerson rookie, 84 tops, and a Marino rookie and an Elway rookie, and they were all like pretty sharp corner-wise, but they're a little bit off-center and maybe had some edge issues. So 7 is probably what I should have expected on those. These Barry Bonds, 87 tops rookies, I think I've got 3 of them. These, by the way, I have the kind of exposure kind of low because I wanted this background to actually be black. If I just let it do auto exposure, it makes this background like a sort of light gray. So I don't know, I wanted the background black, and that means the cards are a little bit darker than they, you know, probably should be, but bear with me. Hopefully you guys appreciate the sort of lower light. Anyway, so I had a ton. I think at one point I got like a lot of 20 of these Barry Bonds rookie cards, and I just had them sitting around in a box somewhere for, you know, probably 20 years. And I thought, you know what, let me pull like the 3 best ones out of there and see if I could maybe possibly get a 10, but most likely they'd cap out at 9s. So this one's an 8. I suspect these are all going to be 7s or 8s. Which are worthless. Oh god, this one was a mistake. This is going to be like a 4. Look at that giant wax stain. That's on me, guys. That's a breaker. That's a breaker for sure, but I had some 89 tops hockey cards that I got from a box I opened, and Brian Leach is one of the, I think, is he a rookie in that, or I don't know, else on here, but I think this is a rookie. So anyways, I think I had a Gretzky in there too, and that's ridiculous. I swear to God, they put this corner was perfect when it got sent in. So this is worthless, not worth cost grading. Any of these 7s of 89 cards. Alright, this is that other Tatis I told you about that was, basically rocked. Yeah, totally ridiculous. There's no way that's a 7. Population control, that's what they call it. When they basically try to give everybody low grades because they want, the number of 10s of a particular card to maintain its current level. So yeah, when I do these videos, I like to sort of track the number of 10s versus the number of not 10s. But I'm not going to do that. I think the number of 10s I'm going to get in this order is probably going to be like 10%. Because these cards are so hard to grade. Alright, Zach Levine, Red Rookie, PSA 9, pulled this out of a pack myself probably, a few months before I sent this in, so it was nice and fresh, but a little bit off center, left to right. He had himself a nice year this current year, and would have been good to have a 10, but the 9 is not horrible. Bruce Smith, I kind of sent this in because I was a big Bills fan. I thought, well, what the hell, let's get it graded. So yeah, it's a garbage card, 6. Frank Thomas, PSA 9. Yeah, it's another one where it's like you gotta have a 10, or it's gonna be not worth the price of grading. Bonds, 86. Donruss, the rookies. Garbage. I don't know, I just want to throw all these away, honestly. But this is just another absolute atrocity. So, yeah, look at this, just absolute garbage. 8. I mean, these are just so worthless right now. Yeah. I don't know, guys. I just want to throw all these away right now. Well, Frazier 8 for 1978 is not a bad grade there. I don't know, I think you just have to have different, maybe, expectations with an order like this. It's like 90% of the cards are going to be PSA 7s and are basically going to be worthless, and then maybe you luck out on one, older card that somehow, some way gets a 10. And yeah, all these 91s are going to be 8s because I sent them in before I knew that PSA actually has false centering data. They believe that these red bars, this is what somebody on this in my subscribers said, that basically what is deemed to be a centered card from 91 Fleer is where these red bars are the same height, which is incorrect. I actually was going to do a video on this one time. That's actually false. That's not true. These are supposed to be bigger on the bottom than on the top. And if you look at cards that are allegedly perfectly centered because the red bars are the same width, they're off center on the back every single time. So, and if you look at the cards on the box or in the promotional materials that Fleer used in 1991 for these cards, they do not show. They show this kind of distribution of width or height between the red bars. They do not show an even height. So Fleer itself, would not put non-mint cards in their marketing materials, and PSA has it absolutely totally wrong. But who am I, to tell PSA? Oh God, this is so bad. I don't know. I just want to. Oh, look at that, Keston Hura. Is that guy even playing? His stuff. I was looking up. I had a few of his cards graded, a while ago, and I was looking up values, and they're all worth. His base rookies and PSA 10 are all worth, less than $15 now. So, all right, I sent some weird basketball stuff in. It's actually not bad. Nolan Ryan, that might be worth $12. Oh my God, I can't believe I got like $1,200 in grading fees for this atrocity, but before, oh wow, it's PSA 10, look at that. And this is like a second year card, right? No, this is a rookie. Right? No, I feel like his rookies were in 2016. But why, does he not have stats on there? This is not a rookie. But yeah, he was drafted in 2016, so he should have had 2016 cards. I don't know, I'm confused about Ben Simmons, guys. Well, I got PSA 10s. It's too bad he's like apparently never going to play a game. This is not a bad card to have, given where the Golden State Warriors are now. Looks like they're almost certainly going to win a championship. They just have the Celtics number, man. The Celtics do not seem to be able to beat them, much as I would love them to. But yeah, I have very few graded Klay Thompson or Steph Curry cards, so this is a nice one to add. And this is numbered 275. It's a purple parallel from 2014 Excalibur. So pretty cool looking card. Would have been much nicer to have a 10, but yeah, we can pretty much dispense with any hope of getting any good grades. Yeah, garbage. Absolute garbage right there. PSA 8's not going to be worth anything. Markelle Fultz. Okay. Seemed like he might have come back in him this past year, but not to be. Scottie Pippen rookie. I pulled this out of a pack of 88 Fleer basketball that I opened up because I had a full box of wax packs, and one of them had a a seal on the back that was open, so couldn't get it graded or sell it as a steel wax pack. So I opened it up, got a Scottie Pippen rookie, and sent it in. And again, back in the height of sports cards mania from 2020 to 2021, even as PSA 8, this would have been a really nice $100 plus card, but now I'm sure this is probably a $20 card or so. Yeah, so one of those cards, it's got to be a PSA 10 or it's worthless, so this is worthless. It's not bad. Garoppolo has had his moments in the past few years, and this actually a little bit off center, left, right, looks like to me, but pulled this card out of a random pack of Topps Chrome 2014 I opened quite some time ago, so happy to get a nice gem mint out of that. Hopefully he'll have a good year. With the 49ers starting over Trey Lance right now. Looks like we got a Trout base. Maybe this is a $50 card as a PSA 10, so absolutely I'm going to lose money on this order if I sold all of these cards. But honestly, I'm probably going to throw away a lot of them. If you want any PSA 8s, let me know. Anthony Davis had a pretty crap-tastic season with the, can't win Lakers, and this is a rookie of his. It's a parallel shattered, but not numbered. So PSA 9, not horrible, but it's a guy whose card has really lost value. Cards in general have lost value. Here's a 2016 Bowman Chrome Prospects card of Bellinger, who's done some decent things this year. Some of his stuff has gone up in value. He had a real hot streak at the beginning of the year. But I think he's kind of cooled down a bit since then. Chipper Jones. It's going to be a Bowman 92 Bowman, which is a pretty valuable set. There's not a lot of super great cards you can get out of here, but you can get the Mariano Rivera rookie, Chipper Jones rookie. In high grade, these are definitely good cards to have. PSA 8, that's so great. This is a Rodman that's numbered, another 2014 Crusade. And like the Klay Thompson, this one got a 9. Alright, looks like we got some Bo Bichette's from 2017 Bowman Draft Chrome. PSA 10 on that one. I'm not sure how he's doing this year. I think he's doing okay. The Blue Jays are in second place in the AL East, and Bo Bichette's a guy that I feel like is a really good player who could definitely be a star in the coming years, but I think he kind of started off a little slower than Blue Jay Jays fans had hoped this year, so his stuff is not like super value. Bull Bam Adebayo, another guy who, went deep into the playoffs with the Heat, and PSA 10 rookie of his is not too bad at all. Let's look at Cody Bellinger, Topps Chrome, All-Star card, PSA 10, not bad, but one of those base cards that's just, not holding value. This one, I sort of did not expect to get a 10, but it looked clean enough on the surface, and, I thought, well, a 9 wouldn't be too bad, and sure enough, that's what I got. So I think this is like probably a $50 or $60 card that has, gotten up a little bit because of the Celtics' appearance in the playoffs, but his stuff is dropping quickly because it's looking like he's not going to be able to pull off a championship, even though, they're only down 3-2, but it seems like they really don't have the momentum that they need, but I'm rooting for them, that's for sure. Here's the refractor version of those two draft chrome cards of Bo Bichette that we got 10s on. This one's a 9. Tatis 2017 something. Draft chrome base. PSA 9. Okay, so that was kind of cool. They've got a 10, but this guy, yeah, this is not a card that has much valuable because of the player, but it's a numbered card that looked clean, so I sent it in. Sure enough, it was a 10. Unfortunately, Ike is not doing much these days, I don't think. Terrence Ferguson, yeah, I'm not sure why I sent this in, but basically I think any, basketball rookie card that looked clean enough to be a 10, I sent in. And this one only got a 9, so that's worthless. Cody Bellinger, Topps update, base, PSA 9, unfortunately. That's got to be a 10 to get past $12 in value, as does this. You guys remember from one of my past orders, I sent in a bunch of Trouts base cards, and I got like PSA 10s on all of them, so. Okay, wow, this one is interesting. I don't think I necessarily expected a 10 on this, and this is a card I had sitting around in a box, of, like Padres cards, just kind of doing nothing with it, and to get a 10 on a parallel of a, Tatis rookie, this is not a super rare, this is not a rare parallel. This is something that came in, I think these come in like hanger packs of retail Bowman. I'm gonna turn up my okay. Turn up my exposure a little bit, but this is a pretty big score. I mean, again, Tatis stuff is down, and everything is down, but this is actually a pretty nice card to have in a PSA 10, so that's actually a real nice score that, will not probably save this order, but I'll take it. This is a Gold Knight parallel of 2012 Panini Kobe Bryant. Unfortunately, I only got a PSA 8. I'm kind of bummed on that. I see maybe some roughness on the edge there, but these parallels are somewhat rare. Not numbered at all. Corner issue there. That's too bad. In high grade, I bet that would have been probably worth something. Alright, an 8 of this card. Worthless. Absolutely worthless. It's worth less than $12 as an 8. I had a few of these Topps Archives cards of Jordan that I think are pretty, like everything from this era, very tough to grade well. But I thought they looked, clean enough to try, so I sent them in. This one got a 9. And then I think there's at least one more, and this is the second one. This is also 9, so, these are probably worth $20 in PSA 9. Markelle Fultz Playmakers. This is actually a case hit, I believe. So it's pretty rare. It's a rookie. I was kind of hoping Markelle Fultz would have a real solid comeback. And that might be worth something by the time I get it back, but not to be. Here's some more of those 84 Topps football cards I'd mentioned. Dan Marino, PSA 10. Funny, I just watched, excuse me, I watched Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, and he's in that movie because it's about, like, the dolphins. And a missing dolphin. Their mascot dolphin was missing, so that's what Ace Ventura is. The first one is about. So, anyways, PSA 7's not bad on that card. And I got PSA 7s on every 84 Topps football card I sent in, so it's about what I expected. These are all kind of off-center, but, you know, decent corners, maybe some surface issues there, and, you know, it all says PSA 7 to me. Oh wow, look at this. This one I don't think necessarily expect to get a PSA 10 on, but I'm happy to have it. Derek Carr had a nice season last year. And this is one of those cards that, you know, I pulled a while ago and just sat around in a box, and I thought, wow, looks decent enough. So, pretty cool. Alright, Dalvin Cook had a nice year last year. And I had this card of his, a little off center left to right, but PSA 9 is probably about right for that one. Alright, here's another one. This is one I probably had around for the last like 20 years or so, but a lot of these David Robson rookie cards, because I remember they were so like valuable and hot back when I collected in 89 and 90, and they were just dirt cheap. I was like, oh, I want to buy some of those, so I did, and so I picked like one of the better ones out, sent it in, but yeah, PSA 8 is not going to be worth anything. Josh Hart, yikes. Yeah, of course I got a PSA 10 on that guy. Another couple of these David Robinsons. Well, a 9's not terrible, so it's not bad. Maybe that's a $20 card. Maybe it's a $15 card. I don't know. And an 8. Yeah, this one's off center. Alright, and another Ben Simmons. Our 2017 PSA 9's a mosaic base card. Alright, well, we got one more stack of atrocity. Alright, Tatis PSA 10, Bowman Draft Chrome base. Not bad now. Yeah, I feel like I had a ton of Sotos and Acuñas in this order, but we're down to the last stack, so unless this whole stack is Sotos and Acuñas, I might be wrong. Alright, what is this? I don't know what this is. Bowman Chrome Scouts Update. Okay. PSA 10. Not bad. Bo Bichette. This is one we've seen before. No, this is a Bowman Mega Box from 2017, and it's got a 10, so not bad there. Tatis, Bowman Chrome Prospects, PSA 10. Not a bad card. Here's a Bowman's Best 2017. Very nice. I think at one point I had a autograph card, autograph version of this card. This is like way back in 2017. You know, it was probably like a $50 card back then, and I sold it for roughly about that. But nice to get a PSA 10 on this one. Pretty cool. Scoring Kings. This is from 2014 Donruss. Yikes. PSA 8. So it's not worth anything. And this is also from 2014 Donruss. Oh man, you gotta be kidding me. I swear to God, sometimes they just... Yeah, like there's a little white on that corner, and that was not on that thing when I sent it in, so that's all I'm saying. Beware when you send stuff to PSA 10, or PSA to PSA. Alright, so this is another Bowman Scouts, exact same card we got before, also a PSA 10. So I think we're going to have a fair number of Ronnies coming up, but here's a Bowman Draft base paper PSA 10. Alright, Donovan Mitchell, rated rookie 2017. I think this is going to be a base card. Yes, and it's an 8, so that's worthless. Alright, buddy, healed. Yeah, okay. Yikes. Optic, PSA 9. Boba Shed, another 2017. Oh, that's, I feel like we've seen this card before, and this is a 10. It was not a 10 before, but I might be thinking of a different one. Some more Acuñas. Oh, that's pretty nice. Draft Refractor, PSA 10. And a paper version of that card in PSA 10. Another. And some Sotos. Oh god, look at this. PSA 6, so that's a freebie. I got a lot of freebies to give away, I guess, is the upside of all this. There's a nice chrome version of that same card we just got a 6 on, and this one's a 10. Nice chrome 2017 Bowman PSA 10. And the last card is going to be, I think this is a Heritage Miners, yeah. 8, so that's a total strikeout. This is worth $0. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm in a bad mood to begin with, and this is not the PSA order to be going through when you're in a bad mood, because, you know, a lot of these cards from the 89, kind of 90 time period were just absolute total losses. So, yeah, I'd be surprised. I spent $1,000 grading these cards. I'd be surprised if I have like $600 worth of value. And lesson learned, guys. This was the first kind of like fairly large order of like, you know, modern stuff that I've sent in. I've sent in, I think, smaller orders, 20 or 25 card orders of modern, and done a little bit better. But I know it's a tough era to grade, and honestly, yeah, I'm not going to be digging through any of my like boxes from when I was a kid to pull out 89, 90, 91 stuff out of there and submitting that. And I have to say, you know, PSA recently opened up, you know, what's probably going to be their cheapest grading until they realize that the grading market is a total bust and they have to have a fire sale. They recently opened up, I think what they're calling, what do they call? I think it's value grading now, so it's not called bulk, which is what this was. I think, I might be wrong about that, but value is the cheapest that they have, and it's $30 a card, with I think like a 6-month turnaround time. And initially, when they first announced that it was back, they said there was like a 20 card minimum per order, but then like a week later they said, okay, there's no minimum number of cards per order, suggesting that they probably didn't have a lot of demand for that service right away, which I think surprised some people, because, you know, it had been so long since PSA had anything approaching $30 in cost, and a lot of people, I think, imagined that there was a ton of people waiting for the opportunity to submit stuff. But I gotta tell you, I think anybody who grades will you know, say that the economics of grading cards, especially base cards and sort of lower end cards, is very different now than it was, you know, back when PSA kind of shut down their grading operation and stopped taking in cards because they had so much demand. Now, you know, these base cards that are I'm trying to find some examples. But, you know, a lot of the base cards that you could make a really good, you know, profit on by sending in to get graded are just not, you know, worth sending in at this point, because as a PSA 10, this card, you know, back in the heyday, right, as a PSA 10, this was probably like a $75 card. It's just a base card. There's there's millions of these cards. But, there weren't that many that were graded. And much fewer that were graded PSA 10. But as a PSA 10, I don't know that this card is worth more than $30 now. So now as a PSA 9, it's worth well under the price of grading. And a PSA 8 is, God forbid, probably you're going to have to pay somebody to take that. And that's very different than it was in 2020, 2021. So, everybody who's a collector knows that the price of cards has been tanking, like seriously, for the past, 6 to 12 months, and will continue to do so. And, eBay has been, I think, sort of riding on the coattails of the exploding hobby, through beginning of 2022, and it's just, simple economics, simple math that they will have to, they will feel the effects of the crashing hobby market, because it just doesn't make sense for people to grade, like probably half of the cards that they were sending, that PSA was getting during the boom in the market. So now there just isn't really, much point in sending in a lot of cards, and that's going to drive down, demand for PSA services. And, given that PSA for many, 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 many years, had an $8 a card service level, and now the cheapest is $30. It's like, well, okay, yeah, inflation is one thing, but that pricing model that change in pricing model was based on incredible demand for service, which PSA has, really scaled up to try to meet. They've got a ton of graders. They've got a ton of, they've got multiple facilities now. They've got a ton of overhead added to their business, so they can handle, the volume of cards that were coming in 2019, 2020, 2021. And I just think that the demand is going to dry up big time, because people just don't want these cards anymore, these PSA 10s, of, most of the cards that were going in. So, I don't know. I know we have a couple of PSA experts or grading experts, who are subscribers, and they'll tell me if I think I'm full of it, but I don't know. I think what I'm saying is pretty, well accepted, that demand for PSA services is, I think, dropping very rapidly. And I think the worse that the market, the sports card market, does, the more that demand is going to drop. So it'll be interesting for sure to see, what happens with everything. But anyways, I got a pile of trash here. I guess I'm pretty happy about this card. That's kind of it. So maybe we'll leave that there. I'm pretty unhappy about like 70 to 80% of this, but I guess you could say this was largely an experiment to see, whether I could sneak. I'm not even sneaking things, whether or not PSA would be reasonable at all with some of these older cards, and the answer is no, they will not be. Which I kind of knew, right? Because back before, when I sent in cards from like '86 and like some of the '80s baseball sets, yeah, I got completely owned on those too. That's just the way it rolls. But I don't know. I honestly don't have a lot that I would even consider sending into eBay at this, or PSA at this point. So I'm pretty much kind of done with PSA, except for, if I get like a really high-end card and it looks real clean, and I think, you know what, I should really get this encased, I'll do that. But I think gone are the days of sending in anything that's, pretty much the level of like 90% of the stuff that you see in this order. So lesson learned, and try to not get rocked again by PSA. But what are you gonna do? That's the way the cookie crumbles, folks. All right, thanks everybody for watching. We'll catch you all later. You have a great one. Bye now.